So can I just quickly knock off a couple of other titles? I know we're running terribly over, but there are a couple of other things which I've seen and I've suffered for them, and I want you to suffer too.
We're running over, but it's someone else's slot.
Fine, so that's fine.
Just whitter on for a bit longer.
College Road Trip, right, which is the new movie by Martin Lawrence. And just excuse me while I just... the Martin Lawrence effect. Martin Lawrence is like Eddie Murphy without the talent.
It's a promising start.
I know. Martin Lawrence is just one of those screen presences that makes you... As soon as you see his name, you think, oh, blimey, Charlie, it's Martin Lawrence. And he's an unfunny, funny guy. He's apparently... And I say apparently because this is, according to reports on the internet, I can't guarantee that it's legally true. Apparently, he was banned from Saturday Night Live on NBC some years ago, back in the 90s, for doing an opening monologue which was, let's say, less than progressive in its attitude towards women. He also, and this is true, in the 1990s, if you remember, made headlines with various, escapades running around in a state of bemusement and excitement and armament, and things weren't going well for him at that point in his career. We know what? You don't remember that?
No, I see. No, get on with it.
Yeah, fine. So what happened was he then cleaned up his act. He was a kind of bad boy. He's actually in that movie, Bad Boys, which was him and Will Smith. That was great, wasn't it? Look, one person with talent, one person with no talent. Which one of them is going... How the career is going to go?
Can you spot the difference?
Yeah, and years later they came back and they did Bad Boys 2. And it was like one person, famous superstar, other person... currently enjoying a little respite from being in the tabloid press. So now he's made this grisly move into making family comedies like this Disney movie, College Road Trip, which just goes to prove my maxim that the nicer the movie, the nastier the people involved in making it. I mean, I have met loads of people who've made really sleazy, horrible horror films, and they're lovely to a man. Wes Craven, one of the most intelligent, articulate people you could ever meet, made Last House on the Left. Those people that made Mum and Dad, met them in the street the other day, really, really nice people. People who make family comedies, quite often hideous, horrible people. So the story,
as sweeping generalisations go,
it's one of the closer ones to the truth. I mean, I'm not being entirely fatuous about this. It is true. People who make mainstream, blockbuster, kid-friendly entertainment, quite often
they're going to hell.
Well, I'm not saying they're all going to hell. That is a sweeping generalisation.
I was just trying to paraphrase your argument.
Whereas I have yet to meet an unpleasant person who made a genuinely unpleasant horror film. I mean, even the people who made horror films I don't like. They're just nice. They're
discussion to be continued.
Yeah. So the story is Martin Lawrence is an overprotective father, and his kid is going to go to university. And
so the editor of Blue Peter is...
No, Blue Peter's not a film.
No, that's true.
Although, Biddy Baxter, I was once... you've brought this together brilliantly. Biddy Baxter... When Wes Craven's Last House on the Left that I just cited, I can't believe you just walked into this. Wes Craven's Last House on the Left went to the Video Appeals Committee to argue that it should be released uncut without the 16 seconds of cuts. And guess who was on the Video Appeals Committee jury?
Was it Biddy Baxter?
It was Biddy Baxter.
Former editor of Blue Peter?
Yes, and guess what that Video Appeals Committee decided after hearing my expert witness testimony?
You appeared in front of this.
I did, yes, about how Last House on the Left should be released uncut and the 16 seconds of cut should be waived. Guess what they did?
Ignored you.
They doubled the cuts. They doubled the cuts as a result of my testimony. Isn't that brilliant?
That's great.
That's actually true.
She also turned me down for a Blue Peter presenter.
Well, there we go. She probably hadn't seen... Is that right?
It's true. Thanks, Biddy.
OK, fine. So College Road Trip. He's an overprotective dad. She wants to go to university in Georgetown. Who wouldn't want to go to Georgetown because...
Georgetown Massacre?
No. What? No. Georgetown is where... What was filmed in Georgetown? Do you not... Are you
Mary Poppins?
No... now I can't tell whether you're playing with me. Do you know what was filmed in Georgetown?
Get on with it.
Fine, The Exorcist was filmed in Georgetown, right? So I love Georgetown for exactly that reason. Okay. Of course, why didn't you think of it? But he wanted to go to a local university. So he decides that he'll go on a road trip to take her to Georgetown University, and on the way he'll put her off going to Georgetown University and she'll go to somewhere near her. So 3 problems. 1, well, not funny idea, but more than 3 problems. Secondly, him doing overprotective father is meant to be kooky and crazy, and he's creepy as sin. I mean, he's just really, genuinely creepy and ghastly. Plus, he's playing a policeman, the irony of which presumably not lost on anyone who followed the news in the 1990s. Plus, they don't even get to Georgetown. Well, they get to a place they say is Georgetown, but it's clearly not Georgetown, it's Connecticut. So I sit through the whole movie thinking, well, at least at the end I'll get some nice shots of Georgetown. I don't even get that. It's a ghastly, horrible movie. And if you take your underage children to see Batman and they're traumatised by it, you'll do them less damage to their soul than taking them to see College Road Trip, which was past you, apparently for mild slapstick violence. Oh, I'll tell you, the only good thing about it is this. I was about to not forget to say this. Guess who's really brilliant in College Road Trip?
Oh, there's another question.
Yeah.
Okay, Marty Caine.
No.
Michael Caine.
He's a little bit country. She's a little bit rock and roll.
Sheena Easton?
No!
Kenny Rogers?
Donny Osmond.
Donny Osmond.
One of the only redeeming thing about College Road Trip, this is how bad of a movie it is that every now and then, Martin Lawrence playing this really, really annoying parent, every now and then Donny Osmond pops up to be an even more annoying parent.
This was on the plane.
Did you see it?
No, I saw that. My wife watched it because she was in the Donny Osmond fan club. Even she couldn't praise this film.
Fine. It was awful. Except, oddly enough, Donny Osmond, he's funny.
He's an idiot.
In real life he's an idiot?
No, in the film.
No, I mean, I like Donny Osmond. And in the film, he plays an idiot. But his right, the classic case, right? Martin Lawrence playing idiot father. Ugh! Donny Osmond playing idiot creepy father. Actually, that's quite funny. So there were 3 moments when I actually went, oh, this is okay, because now Donny Osmond's on screen. And that's all right. And that's how wrongly the movie had gone. Every time Donny Osmond came in, I felt like I'd been given a get-out-of-jail-free card.
Is that it?
I've got 2 other things I can say very quickly.
Because we're gearing up for a Guillermo del Toro interview.
Okay, I'll do it very quickly.
And some Hellboy stuff.
Literally in 2 sentences, right? Face Addict, which is yet another movie in which somebody who once hung around with Andy Warhol makes a documentary about going back to New York and, what brilliant times they had and how difficult it all is facing up to drug addiction. Blah, 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 blah. Swiss photographer who apparently took some photographs of Blondie. Most boring, self-indulgent, and now we had to go back to New York and find all the people that I was working with back in the 1970s. Oh, it is so hard being a recovering heroin addict, very hard being an artist. And you think, yeah, fine, shut up, not interested. And the other one is Zero, an investigation into the 9/11 thing, which all I have to say is this. There wasn't a conspiracy. The government weren't looking. It was a mistake. Sorry. The towers don't fall faster than the speed of gravity. The Pentagon was not hit by a missile, but by a plane. The terrorists were not covertly funded by, George Bush in some wacko. And you know what? Just because you've got Dario Fo to tell me otherwise doesn't cut the mustard.
So for Zero, marks out of 10.
Yeah, marks out of 10, 0.